Okay, you know the scene. You're at the boarding gate. It's that familiar pre-flight chaos. Everyone's just kind of waiting, scrolling on their phones, lining up. But then something happens. It's quiet, but it's kind of magical. A name gets called over the intercom, and one person, just one, gets a brand new boarding pass and a little nod towards the front of the plane. They just hit the jackpot of air travel, the free upgrade.
Right? You've totally seen this happen. Everyone else is bracing for that economy seat, and then this one person just casually strolls past the velvet rope right into business class. You watch them go, and you just can't help but wonder, how? How in the world did they manage that? What secret lottery did they win that nobody else even knew was happening?
And this quote just nails that feeling, doesn't it? It's the huge difference between just getting from A to B and actually enjoying the journey. For so long, it's felt like some kind of exclusive secret club. But what if I told you it's not really about secrets? It's about a system. And that's what we're going to break down today, the system behind all that magic.
So, first things first, let's just bust the biggest myth right off the bat. Most of us see that person getting the upgrade and we just write it off as pure random luck. You know, a right place, right time kind of thing. But the truth? Oh, the truth is way more interesting and way more strategic than that.
And this is the absolute key. That upgrade wasn't a fluke. It wasn't some random act of kindness from the airline gods. Nope. It was the result of a cold, calculated process, an algorithm. And you know, like any game that has a set of rules, once you actually understand how it's played, you can start to play it too.
This simple fact just completely reframes the whole situation, doesn't it? It shifts your whole perspective from being this passive bystander who's just hoping for a miracle to being an active player who actually understands the game board. The second you stop thinking, man, I hope I get lucky, and you start thinking, okay, how does this system work? That's when everything changes. So if it's a game, what are the rules? Let's pull back that curtain and take a look at the airline's playbook. This is how they really decide who gets to turn left when they board the plane. And honestly, it all boils down to one single prioritized list. Yep, before every single flight, this list gets made. You can think of it like the airline's own internal cheat sheet. It is not random at all. It's a super strict hierarchy that sorts every single passenger based on how valuable they are to the airline. And if a seat happens to open up in business or first class, they just start at the very top of that list and they work their way down. So how do they build that list? Well, it's like a ladder. At the very, very top rung, you've got the elite members. These are the road warriors, right? The frequent flyers who've pledged their undying loyalty to one airline. They're always first in line. Right below them, that's the people who paid for the pricier tickets, the flexible fares, the fully refundable ones. The airline's logic is pretty simple here. You paid more, so you get rewarded first. But this is where it gets really interesting for the rest of us. Step 3. I like to call this the wildcard slot. If economy is overbooked and they have to move somebody, the gate agents are looking for the path of least resistance. And what does that mean? It means a solo traveler who is calm, polite, and doesn't look like they're about to cause a big scene.
Okay, so you might be thinking, well, that's great and all, but I'm not some elite frequent flyer and I always buy the cheapest ticket I can find. Don't worry, this is where you come in. Because even if you're not at the top of that algorithm's list, there is still a way to get noticed. There is one simple, super strategic move you can make. This is it. This is the moment we've been building up to. After understanding the system, after knowing who gets picked first, what can you, the average traveler, actually do to jump the line? What's the one thing that can put you right on the gate agent's radar? That's it. That is the entire secret. Just ask. You'd be surprised, but most people don't. They assume it's totally impossible, or maybe they're just too shy, or they just don't even think to do it. But by simply asking, you are signaling that you're interested and you're making yourself a potential solution to a problem that gate agent might have in about an hour. And here's the exact way to do it. See how it's not demanding, it's not entitled, it's just a simple, polite question. When you walk up to that gate agent, calmly with a smile and ask this, you're putting a face to a name. Now, if that wildcard slot opens up because economy is full, who do you think they're going to remember? The anonymous person sitting back in 34B or the nice, polite person who already told them they were interested? So let's bring this all home. It really all builds to this one core idea. Getting that so-called magic upgrade isn't magic at all. It's about a fundamental shift in how you approach flying. So the bottom line is this. Stop leaving it to chance. Stop waiting around for lightning to strike. That passenger you saw sipping champagne, they didn't just get lucky.
They understood the game, they knew the rules, and they made a smart, strategic move. They knew that sometimes all you really have to do is ask. And that's the question I want to leave you with. As you plan your next trip, as you walk up to that departure gate, you now have a choice. You can be that passive passenger, just hoping for the best, or you can be a strategic player who understands the system. So, which one are you going to be?